BlackRock adds Bitcoin? Wait a minute. I thought crypto was a fraud. This is getting really confusing.
I ain't gonna give in now. I think gonna live this now. I'm gonna be when I'ma kill this stuff real quick. I'ma go take it to town, cause I gotta be that king in the ring when I'm knocking them out when I'm back with the whip. Cause I am just up on the journey. Just know that I'm just going insane.
Warriors, rise. Grand rising. Good evening, warriors all over the world. Want to start out with an attitude of gratitude? We should always start our days out with an attitude of gratitude. I love you and I appreciate every single one of you watching this channel. Thank you so much. And I'm wishing you amazing 2023. Today is the day. I hope that you'll join us. I'm going to put it right here, somewhere around here, to join us on the non-fungible show today. So Jeremy and I, our CFO, will be jumping on there to talk about our mint of X royalty today. And because of what's happening with the recession and things happening in the economy, want as many people to have access to our Warrior Academy. We're offering 7 days for free so you can see how remarkable it is and why 5,000 warriors worldwide have changed their life since 2020. As everybody looks this way, we teach people to look over this way. Our battle is not against anybody, but our own consciousness. Description down below, you can click to join our Warrior Academy for 7 days for free and click somewhere up here to join the non-fungible show today. And we're going to be talking about our X royalty launch on Xrpl. All right, so we're going to dive right into it, Warriors. I'm really excited to be with you guys today. Just in a high frequency of gratitude, just so many amazing things happening within our ecosystem, because what we focus on is what we can control. Because what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. So we're going to dive right into it. So I want to go over this tweet, and then on the back end of this video, I'm going to show you how BlackRock is getting into Bitcoin. Now, guys, I thought this stuff was a fraud. I'm so confused. JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon calls it a fraud. All the bankers are calling it a fraud. You know, SEC calls it a fraud. Everybody, right? But for some reason, now Bitcoin's being seen as a commodity. Ethereum got a pass with the SEC versus Ripple case. Ethereum's deep in the banking system. Bitcoin, if you look at the CFTC, type in CFTC and Bitcoin, you'll see it. It's on a sheet, it's regulated, or it's looking like a commodity, right? And now, during the most volatile times, remember how it works? First, they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. So I told you guys, 2020 was all about breaking it down, making the public think it's a fraud as they're building the blockchain. And then on 2023, beyond is adoption now. Regulation and adoption. Okay, it's going to follow the 4-year cycle. Bitcoin halving in 2024, it's going to follow that same cycle. And I believe after that cycle and mass adoption comes in, it's going to normalize itself like it's just going to become a new asset class. It's going to be completely normalized, right? So an 8% drop would be crazy, right? Right now, 70%. And that's the key right now, is that you can get very, very wealthy in this asset class because of the volatility. But remember, you get rich in a bear market, not in a bull market. Anyways, so I want to dive into this tweet, and don't worry, we'll go into the BlackRock information at the back end of this video here. Okay. So Cindy Young, she's from Ripple. She said 2002 was a monumental year for crypto with many highs and lows. It's a tough industry to forecast, but I wanted to share my predictions for what we can expect from crypto in the next 12 months. Let me know what you think. So I'm going to share with you. I'm going to break it down for her. So hopefully she watches this video. So Cindy Young first says, despite the market downturn, institutional adoption of blockchain digital assets will accelerate as corporations launch pilots to continue to investigate the technology. Okay, so I agree with this. Okay, so she says, firstly, despite the market downturn, institutional adoption of blockchain digital assets will accelerate it. Okay, so let's take a look here. So if we look at the news in the media, Bernstein still sees institutional adoption despite crypto winners. Some small asset managers are continuing with their digital assets and strategies, a report from the brokerage firm says. Asset managers that are actively investing in crypto markets in the bull market in 2020, 2021 continue to invest in the sector and remain committed to the digital asset, with some planning to allocate more capital to the industry. brokerage firm Bernstein said in the research report Monday. Private market investors continue to look at opportunities in the sector, although they are way more valuation sensitive. The report says, therefore, crypto converts remain active in the sector, but those investors who are ambivalent about digital assets in late 2021 have delayed their plans, right? You got clowns like Jim Cramer running out there scaring the shit out of the public, but true investors are like, okay, we can see that something's going on here. The government's spending all this time working to sue it, to regulate it, right? So we're looking at the intrinsic value cryptos, and we're going to slowly, methodically. That's why the wealthy customers at big banks can invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. You just got to pay attention to the narrative, guys. So people are still investing in it. Okay. The institutions are slowly adopting it. And at the back end, I'm going to show you why her first prediction is correct, because BlackRock's getting into it. Number two, she says we'll see an increase in industry consolidation as healthier companies make acquisitions to plug gaps in their own capital capabilities following the collapse of FTX. So I shared with you guys what's going to happen. There's going to be a monopolization of companies, just like the dot-com days. It's the exact same thing, okay? And debt cycles, you have booms and busts. And the reason why it happens is because there's really cheap money in the system. When there's tons of money being printed and there's really low interest rates, you can borrow. So there's a lot of venture capitalists. Everybody's rich, right? The markets are pumping. When interest rates are low and they're printing a ton of money, assets go up, okay? So when there's new innovative technologies that come out, there's all these new companies that start, and everybody's trying to get rich. So they're getting these new companies. Well, once all this new technology comes in, the government comes in and says, wait a minute, all these people are getting rich. They pull the plug, they resist it, they sue it, they regulate it. Then we end up with a monopoly, just like we did in internet days, just like we did in the auto boom days, and just like we're going to do in the crypto days. It's going to be Ripple, Binance, Coinbase. Chase is going to be a crypto bank. Wells Fargo will be a crypto bank. Coinbase will be a bank. I promise you Ripple will be a bank. Okay. So her second one is industries are going to start to consolidate. We saw this news. Top firms go on the hunt for acquisition targets as market crashes. So top cryptocurrency companies like Ripple, interesting. Ripple and FTX. This is old news. How ironic is that? FTX told CNBC that they're on the lookout for acquisitions. Kind of funny. As industry hopes to drive. Now, this is news that I presented to you guys before. Let's take out FTX of that. But how ironic is that, right? But anyways, Ripple. Let's take Ripple, the intrinsic value company. Ripple is talking about they're going to start to monopolize, or not monopolize. That's what they're basically going to do. They're going to start to acquire, okay, all these assets and the technologies from these companies that are going to fail. Okay, her next one is number three. We'll also see an increased trend for blockchain firms to be acquired by traditional financial services players as well as established companies. Okay, that was the same thing we talked about here. Okay, so there you're going to see a lot of like Ripple, bigs like Chase, Ripple, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. You know, you got these little credit unions and stuff. I think it's going to be a huge monopoly. Now, in the banking sector, too, you guys know I was in banking. I went to CBA, Executive Banking School. And so there is certain market caps for banks. So Wells Fargo, I think, is capped out. And so I wonder if going into this new technology and this new era that they can start to buy more companies again because it's a different sector. Maybe, I'm not sure, but there are, I think it's called like monopoly laws or something like that. I think Wells Fargo is capped out. We couldn't buy any more banks. So, but I know companies like Ripple will start to buy banks and start to acquire. Ripple will be just like Coinbase. You can direct deposit your money into Coinbase, right? So Coinbase is literally a bank. You can do that in Ethereum, linked up with Visa, which we'll talk about in the back end of this, which you've already talked about. We need to repeatedly talk about things. Is Visa is linking up with Ethereum so you can become your own bank, guys. So if they don't link up with banks and they don't monopolize, then they're going to lose their market share, okay? Now let's go into sustainability, number 4. Sustainability credentials of crypto and blockchain will continue to be scrutinized by consumers, policymakers. Greater sustainability will be achieved with less energy-intensive blockchains. Okay, we've talked about this quite a bit. I told you guys climate change is a new narrative, and look what's happening in California. Now they're getting battered, man. This year is about climate change. Watch the news. Watch the news. Just follow what I'm saying. Okay, so we got sustainability here. So let's take a look at this. Okay, Ripple leads sustainability agenda to achieve carbon neutral by 2030. This was in 2020. Announced strategic partnership with Rocky Mountain Institute, REB Energy Web Foundation to ensure carbon net zero future blockchain. So Ripple is part, they're part of the World Economic Forum. And then there also is Larry Fink, right? So this is Larry Fink's letter to investors. I want to make sure you see that on BlackRock, the power of capitalism. So we got Ripple is going into zero carbon by 2030. And I wanted to read this paragraph to you guys. So all her predictions are, basically she's right on all of these. Okay. So it says capitalism and sustainability. Most stakeholders, from shareholders to employees to customers to communities and regulators, now expect companies to play a role in decarbonization on the global economy. Few things will impact capital allocation decisions and thereby the long-term value of your company more than how effectively you navigate global energy transition in the years ahead. This paragraph's important. I'm just telling you guys what's coming. Climate change. So look for cryptos that are climate friendly, zero carbon. Those are hints for you. It's been 2 years since I wrote Climate Risk is an Investment Risk, and it's a short period. We see a tectonic, go look up how big that word is, tectonic shifting capital, shift in money, climate change narrative, financial goes together. I don't know if climate change is real or not, but I know when there's climate change, when there's war, there's money movements, new systems. Sustainable investments have now reached 4 trillion. Action ambition towards decarbonization have also increased. This is just the beginning of the tectonic, use the word twice, shift towards sustainable investing is still accelerating. Whether it's capital being deployed into new ventures, focused on energy innovation, make sure your investments are focused in that realm, or capital transfers from traditional indexes into more customized portfolios and products, we will see the money in motion. We know that Larry Fink, right here, World Economic Forum appoints new board of trustee in 2019. The board of trustees, Larry Fink, okay, is pointed to the board of trustees for the World Economic Forum. The mission of the board of trustees is to move the World Economic Forum's missions and purposes forward, okay? Their mission and purpose is zero carbon by 23. Ripple wants to be zero carbon by 23. Larry Fink has Aladdin, which is connected to Coinbase. Aladdin is a very sophisticated system which can align people's portfolio into climate risk. He says there's going to be a tectonic shift in capital movements, okay? We know that Ripple is a secure blockchain with sustainable economy. Okay, they have everything set up for the future, guys. Ripple is going to be, I'm talking Ripple the company, okay? There's Ripple the company, owning XRP. We don't own Ripple the company. It's not a security. We don't have a securities contract. You have Ripple the company, and then you have XRP. For Ripple the company, if you click down below, guys, you can get into Ripple pre-IPO with link 2 if you're an accredited investor. Many people watch my channel are an accredited investor. If you click the link down below, I think you'd be shocked. A lot of people don't realize what it takes to be an accredited investor. Some of you may be an accredited investor based on your investments. Click the link down below. You can get into Ripple pre-IPO, guys. Okay, I'll type it into Google for you and show you guys. Okay, so this is Ripple's all about sustainability. And then this is what I want to share with you guys. As everybody's telling you cryptocurrency's fraud, Jim Cramer's telling you to run from cryptocurrency. BlackRock makes Bitcoin eligible investment to $15 billion fund. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, is adding Bitcoin as an eligible investment to its flagship global allocation fund, which is one of the most preferred vehicles for ordinary passive investors. A company filing shows that the moves enables BlackRock to allocate part of its funds, $15 billion, to cash settled Bitcoin futures traded on the C Commodities Exchange registered with the CFTC. Global Allocation Fund adopts fully managed invest policies utilizing U.S. and foreign equity, debt, and money market securities, the combination of what are varied from time to time to respond to economic trends, okay? Respond to economic trends. In a normal market condition, the primary fund invests at least 70% of its total assets in the Securities Corporation of governmental issues. Based on its last performance, it delivered a 5-year annualized return of 10% and ranks in the top third among the category of its peers. The fund may invest in cash-settled Bitcoin futures that are traded on the Commodities Exchange registration and the Commodities Future Trading Commission, the filing says. Okay, so they're dabbling in Bitcoin. We know that Visa proposed a proposal would bring Ethereum users one step closer to being their own bank. This is the research I'm doing for the video tomorrow. Tokenization with Chase. So just showing you guys some future stuff too. And I want to show you the guys real quick. We just type in link to. So if you type down below, I'll throw the link down below. But if you type in link to, you can get into Ripple pre-IPO. Okay. Link to is just a platform that allows you to make informed decisions. It is not an investment. This is the platform. Okay. If you click here, you can get into Ripple. Oh, it's fully scribed right now. Okay. So keep it on it. Polysign, David Schwartz. Okay, Ripple and Link to is a powerful website. I'll put that down below. But excited to share this information with you guys. I'm so grateful. I'm just full of gratitude right now because I get to do my hobby for a living, which is amazing. Okay. Also down below, I know it's a lot of things going on. We have a lot of amazing things happening. We have Merlin launching. I'm also launched my private coaching program. Okay. So we have 20 spots that we're filling. We're doing our February 1st first launch, 120 days coaching with me for 4 months. Okay. Going through my whole 120-day challenge with me as your accountability coach, going through basically your design as a human, budgeting, everything that got me to this point. So it's a high ticket, high touch, high accountability environment. So if you click down below, you can also apply for that. You'll go through the process, you'll interview. So we're very selective on who we bring on to that. But if you're not ready for that type of coaching, you can go into the Warrior Academy 7 days for free. Okay, it's a self-paced program. We have 7 calls per week, access to our team. We have a private network, our own social media network. It's an amazing thing. So I know this video is going for a while. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Keep the energy high. Let's make it a great 2023. So hope to see you on the other side. Warriors, let's get your shit together. Let's go.